What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Big Elf Gaming. In the last episode, we spent more time on Route 2 than probably any person ever has because we went and caught every Pokemon that there was on that route. Honestly, kind of a waste of time to spend a whole bunch of attempts in the wild looking for a Weedle when we could have just went into the Viridian Forest and caught one, but I wanted to be extra thorough for Route 2 of the game. Now it's time to enter the first dungeon. That's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be making our way through Viridian Forest. Now, for the most part, there aren't really any new, not really any new exciting encounters. You can find a Pikachu in here. However, the encounter rate is very, very low, and so it's quite difficult to find. Now, other than that, you can catch Kakuna and Metapod in both red and blue, but they are also a little bit harder to find here. Now, historically, this is maybe just a big Alf sort of, I don't know, illusory correlation, but I've had some good luck finding a Pikachu in the bottom left-hand tile of the game, or of the forest, rather. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to sift through this bottom left-hand tile. We're going to give it maybe 3 attempts to see if we can get into a wild encounter. And if we do, we're just going to hope and hope and hope that it's a Pikachu. But it seems that it's taking so long to get into a wild encounter here. I'm guessing the encounter rates in this game are quite low, but that's alright. We've got a Kakuna here, so that's pretty exciting. Our first Kakuna appearance of the game. We're not going to bother catching it because we already have a Weedle that we caught, and I'm going to end up just evolving the Weedle into a Kakuna, and so it's not really worth it for me to spend time catching Kakuna. So we're going to keep sifting on through this grass here. Oh, here we go. Is it going to be a Pikachu? Nope. We got a Weedle there in the corner. We're going to hope, though. We're going to hope. I'm telling you guys, there's some magic in that square. Might just be me, but I've had a lot of luck catching a Pikachu in that tile alone. I wonder if the game makers programmed it because, or like programmed it that way because I'm telling you guys, I always tend to find a Pikachu within the first 3 attempts, as long as it's on that square. But look, we've got another Kakuna here, which is pretty surprising since their encounter rate is quite low in the forest here. The only Pokemon that's a common encounter in red is Weedle in the Viridian Forest, which is pretty wacky. In blue, you can find Metapod and Caterpie, both with a similar encounter rate, but Pikachu and Kakuna and Weedle are all difficult to find in blue. But we got another Weedle here, so we're going to go ahead and take this one out. And there we go. We're basically just gathering up experience points for our Charmander at this point. And didn't want to get into a wild battle there, but there we go. We've got our first Metapod sighting of the game, a level 4 Metapod. Let's go ahead and we'll Ember this thing, take it out. And honestly, guys, I think it's probably going to be necessary for us to level up our Blaze King, our Charmander, to level 16 in order to evolve into a Charmeleon before facing Brock, because I think it will be a little bit difficult to defeat Brock without having that evolution, especially because he doesn't get Metal Claw in this game. And man, that was the second appearance on that tile of a non-Pikachu Pokemon there, which is a little bit frustrating. So we're going to give it one more try here, one more attempt to see if we can find a Pikachu on that tile. So I believe the Pikachu encounter rates in this game are 5% in Viridian Forest, which is a little bit low, definitely lower than we'd like. It means you basically need to encounter 20 Pokemon in the wild in order to successfully find one. So I guess it's on average, but a little bit frustrating there, especially if it doesn't come to fruition here after I talked all about it, about how lucky this bottom left tile is. But we're going to give it one more try here, and we're going to hope, and we're going to pray, and we're going to see if this Pikachu finally appears for us. Here we go. Here we go. Oh my god, it was not a Pikachu. Alright guys, well I guess I just misspoke and talked it all up for nothing. Maybe try it out on your own game cartridges and see if it works out for you, because unfortunately, it did not work out for me. But I'm telling you, there's magic infused into that bottom left tile. So that's all the effort we're going to give into hunting down a Pikachu. Maybe I'll do it off screen just to make it a little bit more palatable for you guys. But if you head up a little bit north here, you can find a Pokeball. And I think that that's the first one that we found in this game, other than the ones that we bought from the mart, of course. And we're going to talk to this guy. He says that he came here with some friends. They're out for Pokemon fights. Not anything interesting there, but at least we know that we will get to battle some guys in here. Let's go ahead and talk to this one. I ran out of Pokeballs to catch Pokemon with. You should carry extras. Well, fortunately, sir, we do have quite a few extras. I believe we've got like 6 in our bag right now. And we've got our first trainer battle here, other than the ones against our rival. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And that was a nice little like transition from the Viridian Forest to the battle scene. It was like a zoom in kind of feature, or zoom out. I don't know how you want to categorize it, but we got a level 6 Weedle to face here. This is no problem at all for our Blaze King. And this is honestly like the best part of having a Charmander at the beginning of the game, is that Viridian Forest is so easy to just cruise through. Because like if you pick a Bulbasaur or if you take a Squirtle, it's not quite as easy to destroy all these bug Pokemon, but Charmander just comes in and he absolutely takes care of business. He pounds these guys. So we're going to get 67 experience there. We're at level 13. We're cruising right now. And we're going to head over this way and we're going to collect, I thought there was an item there, but maybe there's not. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to battle this guy. He says something, I think like you are in a jam if you're a Pokemon trainer. I don't know, I kind of missed it there. But he's another bug catcher. He wants to fight. And all the bug catchers in this game are just so basic, man. They all seem to have just the Weedles. Nothing fun, nothing exciting to them. I wish that like they would include like some Beedrills or some Butterfrees on their team, but nope, they all just want to keep it basic with a Weedle or a Kakuna, which doesn't even attack us. The Kakuna just wants to shoot string at us, do a little string attack, and it's just no fun at all. String shot, not string attack. But here we go, we've got another Weedle now, and this should be the last level 7 Weedle that this guy has. We're gonna flame him up again and knock out that Weedle as well. 78 experience there. We're probably getting pretty close to level 14, and the bug catcher is absolutely spooked that he ran out of Pokemon. Bro, come on now, like you gotta do better. You're not carrying around a full party of 6 like I am. You've only got 3 little bugs. Of course you ran out already. So go up there and you can grab a little antidote. And then if we come up here, there is evidently no trainer here. They pop a trainer in there in Fire Red and Leaf Green, but I guess they removed him in the early games, which is a little bit strange. I'm not sure why they did that, but it's all goody. Alright, now, do we only have one more trainer to face in this forest? That's an absolute joke. There's only 2? That's crazy to me. Alright, head down here and you can pick up this item. There's a potion there. And then I guess we've only got one more trainer to face, which is honestly spooky to me because I swear there's probably like a good 5, maybe even 6 trainers in Fire Red and Leaf Green. And for them to remove, or I guess I'm acting like these games came out after Fire Red and Leaf Green, but for them to add in so many trainers in Fire Red and Leaf Green is kind of spooky to me. But this guy's got a whopping level 9 Weedle, tied for the highest level that we've faced to this point with Gary's Pidgey. And there we go, that gets our Blaze King up to level 14, and we defeated the bug catcher. So he says, I give, you're good at this. I mean, when all you've got is a level 9 Weedle, like, what do you expect, bro? What do you expect? Alright, we're going to give it like maybe 1 or 2 more trips through this grass here. See if we can maybe find a Caterpie, since we haven't caught one yet. Or a Pikachu, because that would be honestly ideal. Other than that, we're just going to train up our Blaze King a little bit more. Maybe I'll just tear through his last like 10 embers. Like I'll just do some wild battles until he runs out of power points on the embers. And if we don't get anything by then, well, then maybe it's time to head up into Pewter City. So we've got another level 3 Weedle here. And I don't even think any of the bugs have attacked us yet. Like at all. They haven't even gotten off a string shot. They haven't got off a tackle. That's crazy. So something weird about the bugs in this game, pretty interesting, is like if you catch a Weedle or a Caterpie for that matter, and you train it up, like it'll have like tackle or poison sting or whatever, some sort of attacking move. But when it or if you just like catch a Kakuna or a Metapod in the wild here, no attacking move. It's just gone. Like it doesn't even make sense. Like their pre-evolution will always have it, but if you catch their evolution in the wild, it will never have it. Spooky, absolutely spooky. But we got a level 5 Kakuna here. We're gonna take him out with an Ember, gain 50 experience points there. And on the very last tile here, let's see. Oh, there we go, guys. That's pretty exciting. We finally found a Pikachu. Now we gotta be super careful here. We're definitely swapping out from our Blaze King because he would definitely end up taking it out. I think we're gonna have to switch on over to the Pidgey here. He seems like he's most suitable to take out this Pikachu. Now that was actually pretty funky there. The Pikachu growled at us, and the growl sent like a bunch of music notes. That seems strange to me. But anyways, Pikachu hit us with a Thunder Shock there. We're gonna hit this Pikachu with a Gust. We're gonna give it one more Gust. Actually, I guess we're not, because we're gonna get knocked out by this Thunder Shock. That's all right. We're gonna toss Spearow in there now. I feel like that is probably a good approach. We could probably do our Nidoran as well, but I just want to be extra safe and use like a super low damage attack on Perfect, and he even growled at us to reduce the attack even a little bit more. So wow, that was a critical hit and it hardly did anything. I'm so scared. I don't want to knock this guy out, so I'm gonna toss a Pokeball at it right now. Honestly, I'd like to get the Pikachu a little bit lower, but that's gonna have to do. And perfect, Pikachu was caught. Very exciting stuff, guys. I'm glad we found him because I feel that was definitely less than like 20 encounters. That was probably half that. I feel like, don't you guys think? That was probably like maybe 10 encounters. So Pikachu's added to the Pokedex here, and it says Pikachu Mouse. When several of these Pokemon gather, their electricity could build and cause lightning storms. That's pretty wild. I didn't know that Pikachu could cause lightning storms. But I did want to say here, guys, I got a nice little comment in my last video. It was mentioning how the Pokeballs are actually priced in Japanese yen, which I didn't know that. I really should have known that, because like, you know, it's like the game was made in Japan. It's not going to be priced in US dollars, but I know I called it, or I said like, oh, $200 or something like that. But Stanley Vampire 5275 here told me that it was priced in yen, so 200 yen is only $1.24. So that Nidoran in the last episode, who was wasting our time and our money, was actually only wasting $1.24 instead of a full $200. So there we go. That's going to take us through Viridian Forest here, and we're going to talk to these people, but they don't really have anything super exciting to say. This one says, have you noticed the bushes on the roadside? They can be cut down by a special Pokemon move. And I actually need to go back into Viridian Forest real quick. I realized we still need to find a Caterpie. Or, I guess, no, we need to catch Caterpie. So I think the Caterpie in this game have probably like a 10% encounter rate, which is a little bit unfortunate. I know the Weedle are the most common, but we could find that Metapod. Like, I know we encountered a Metapod earlier, but I want to catch a Caterpie so that I can raise it up and evolve it into the Metapod and then evolve it into the Butterfree, just to really try and maximize the Pokedex of value. And plus we need to train up our Blaze King a little bit more anyways. So we do still have a few power points left on our Ember, so I guess we'll probably just use that until it is used up, and then we will head up into Pewter City. But there we go, we've got another Weedle here, and I'm kind of jealous of you Pokemon Blue players right now who are just absolutely cooking, are just swimming in a sea of Weedles, or not Weedles, a sea of Caterpie right now. You just got a whole bunch of them, and while I'm searching all around, searching forever to find just one little Caterpie, I don't even want a Metapod, just a Caterpie. I wonder, I think that the Metapods are actually more rare than the Caterpie. I feel like it's probably like a 5% encounter rate for the Metapod and maybe 10% for Caterpie. Not certain on those numbers, but yeah, we got another level 5 Kakuna here, and we're gonna take it out with an Ember. And the Kakunas and the Metapods are perfect for training up Blaziken. They give the most amount of experience. Even when we exit Viridian Forest, we'll have to where there's going to be another little patch of grass, and I think it'll have like Rattata and probably Pidgey in it again, and it's just not really valuable to train up Blaziken in there because they give much less experience than the Metapod and Kakuna that we can find here in the Viridian Forest. But I think we've only got 5, maybe even 4 Embers left. And we're on the last tile here again. And look at that. We had fantastic last tile luck in this forest here. We caught a Pikachu on the last tile, and we're about to catch a Caterpie on the last tile as well, which is sweet. So we're going to go ahead. Let's toss in our... I'm not even sure Nidoran has an attack. I'm just going to toss Spearow back in. There's no way that our level 3 Spearow knocks out this level 3 Caterpie with his super effective Peck attack. So we're going to get hit with some String Shot, reduce our speed a little bit, but that doesn't really matter. We're going to, I guess we avoided it that time, but there we go. Hit the Caterpie with a Peck, and it actually did a little bit more than I was expecting, but it's all good. We didn't take it out. We're going to go ahead and toss a Pokeball here. Toss $1.24 worth of value at this Caterpie, and there we go. We caught the Caterpie, which means that we are on our way to completing our Pokedex very nicely. We've got the Caterpie, we've got the Weedle, and I'm not going to bother catching the Metapod and Kakuna. I'm just going to end up evolving the Caterpie and Weedle in order to complete those entries in the Pokedex. And then, of course, guys, we also found the Pikachu in the forest there. Now, there's nothing really super exciting in this grass here. I'm pretty sure it's just the same encounters that we had earlier in the game. The Pidgey, Rattata, and maybe a Spearow, but I don't feel too confident that there's a Spearow in there. I think the last one would probably just be the Weedle as well. Level 3 Weedles, level 3 to level 5 maybe. But I think that's going to about do it there. We made our way through the first dungeon. I think we can probably call it quits for the video there. So yeah, guys, in the next episode, we're going to be exploring Pewter City and taking on the first gym leader, Brock. But thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you all next time.